Ah, there you are. Welcome back, one and all. Lovely to have you with us here at CruiseAway on Gecko. Now it's time to put your feet up for half an hour and let the Dream Away packages that we have just wash all over you and cover you with that warm, fuzzy feeling. Lovely. If you love your cruise adventures, you are going to love this show.
Oh, you certainly are. Our team of amazing travel planners have been putting together the most incredible offers for the show, and we're venturing on European adventures as well this time. It's your chance to visit many more destinations than you could usually really go to in one trip. And we're planning the trips now to lock in great prices for next year and even 2025 by putting just a low deposit down today on these offers.
Yes, indeed. So where are we off to in this show, you may ask yourselves? Well, let me tell you. Egypt, Rome, Greece, Barcelona, Paris, Amsterdam and many, many more. I know, It's brilliant, isn't it? Selection of cruise lines for everyone in this show as well. Let's start our adventure with a cruise line that feels like you hired your own luxury liner, the incredible Azamara Cruises. Now, this trip is for 3 weeks for next June, and we start our adventure on the 4th of June by flying you out from Sydney to the city of Hearts and Flowers, Paris in France, and we have to spend some time there as well, which is brilliant. We've booked you into a wonderful hotel for 3 fabulous nights. Do you know what? I never actually stayed for a city break yet in Paris. Looks wonderful. I know. I've not been up the Eiffel Tower.
Oh
I've not been down the Champs-Elysees.
Derek, you got to do it. The Eiffel
Looks
Tower,
lovely.
the views from the Eiffel Tower alone are utterly spectacular. You can go on a nice river cruise on the Seine and even a dinner cruise on the Seine, actually. There's the Champs-Elysees for luxury shopping. Just strolling down makes you feel like $1 million.
Lovely.
And then, of course, one of the most extraordinary museum collections in the world in the Louvre. We're taking a train to Bordeaux next. This, of course, is the famed wine region. Now, you're going to have 2 nights here in a hotel, plus you're going to get 2 overnights on board your cruise ship. So that's 4 fabulous nights in total to explore the region. Lying on the south bank of the Garonne estuary, this is your gateway to what is arguably really the finest wine-producing region in the world, the vineyards surrounding Bordeaux. You can take a tour aplenty during your time, which is 4 nights, of course. Now, then it's time for us, well, of course, we'll already be on board enjoying Bordeaux for those 2 nights as your ship as a hotel. But Azamara Club Cruises are a whole different league, my friends. You're going to be on board for 12 amazing nights. And with Azamara, you always have more included in your incredible adventure. You know, you've got your drinks included, so your wines, your beers, your spirits, your coffees, your water, your soft drinks, pretty much anything your heart desires, particularly when you're sitting there having your cocktail in the evening. It's nice to know. You also have things like laundry included. You have got your, when you're in port, you've got the transport to the different parts of the city included as well. And they also do something called As Amazing Evenings, which are an extension of the destination. They might bring a visiting singer on board, or some local villagers if you're in a certain part of the world. So it just extends that experience onto the ship as well. So you truly are voyaging when you're with Azamara. You're not just cruising.
Yeah, for sure. It's very, very memorable as well. So just take as read that this ship could hold many, many more passengers than it does. It's all about having plenty of staff around and crew, which become your friends. Let's not talk to them as staff. They are friends, your crew members.
Yeah.
A very, very high ratio. So you mean you're never waiting or standing around in a queue. You've got these very, very boutique experiences that you wouldn't have necessarily on mainline cruise experiences, and just more space to relax and indulge. And of course, your accommodation is in step with that as well. And as Joe says, it really is a premium offering. So your first 2 nights on board overnight in Bordeaux, and then we set off along into France, don't we?
Yeah, beautiful La Rochelle meets us next, and this is where you can take a nice stroll of this part of France, just drinking in that whole vibe of being in this amazing part of the world and perhaps seeing some incredible history at the same time. We have an overnight in Nantes in France, which will see you through some of the most incredible medieval architecture. The Chateaux des Ducs de Bretagne, where the Dukes of Brittany once lived, is a particular point of interest. interest. Now, at night, your shore excursions team can offer you some great night tours as well, so make sure you check in with them for your bookings. Then we're into Brest, and this is at the mouth of the Penfeld, overlooking the harbour, the Penfeld River. You've got the National Navy Museum there and this incredible castle. I know for some of us history buffs, it's going to be so exciting to see the buildings in Europe. We're into Guernsey in the Channel Islands next. This is rarely seen on cruise itineraries, and it's an absolute beauty. In fact, you have, they're known for their incredible Jersey cream. You've got to get an ice cream when you're over there. But like a fusion between the UK and France, very interesting. Then it's St. Malo. This is a port city in Brittany. France's northwest point, very beautiful. Tall granite walls surround the old town. You can see them right there.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Picture perfect,
lovely
isn't
place,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, very charming. And then we're on into Cherbourg. Loads of history in this port, of course, connecting with the wars, but dating right back to the Saxons and the Romans as well. It's really interesting. You can see some, I mean, look at that Roman Saxon paintings from thousands of years ago. Honfleur is next, and this is actually the gateway to fabulous Paris. You've got to do a day trip to Paris while you're there for Eiffel Tower, for the Louvre Museum, and of course, you know, we started off in Paris, but you definitely want to have a little bit more time to explore. Then we're on to Zeebrugge, which is the gateway to Bruges. Bruges is a beautiful Belgian city. Top picks there are the chocolate, the waffles, the beer, and the chips. They're very good, the French fries. But gilded Gothic architecture. Then we have an overnight on board in Amsterdam, but a further 2 nights in a hotel as well after you've had your overnight on board. So 3 nights total to explore the beautiful Dutch capital. And I have to say, guys, this is superb. You're going to be there in summer. Everybody's going to be riding their bicycles around. It's going to be full of greenery and beautiful flowers. And then you've got some world-class, historical sites to visit, such as the Anne Frank Museum, the Monet Museum, Diamond Museum as well. Delicious cheese. Oh gosh, where do we even begin? Well, I tell you what, after your exciting trip, you are going to be heading home to Sydney. It's all included. Your flights out to Paris, your stay in Paris, that wonderful adventure through some kind of off the beaten track ports in France, and then, you know, enjoying your final trip there in Amsterdam before you head home to Sydney and on one of the most luxurious vessels on the 7 seas.
Yeah, this is really, really lovely, actually. It's good to do this on what feels a little bit more like a river cruise experience, because a lot of people do river cruise in France, and it's very, very popular, but you're also moving over into the Channel Islands, into Belgium and into the Netherlands as well. So you're going really far and beyond where a river cruise could take you, which is very, very popular in this part of the world. So June next year, and included, of course, your flights are all in as well. So your flight from Sydney to Paris in France. We've got 3 nights in a Paris hotel as well, which is brilliant for exploring the city. You're getting the big, impressive TGV train, of course, from Paris out to Bordeaux, and 2 nights in a hotel there. Beautiful wine country. Then 12 nights of the utmost in luxury cruising with Azamara on their quest around France and Belgium to Amsterdam. The first 2 nights are overnight as well in Bordeaux, which is lovely. And then at the end of the cruise, an overnight in Amsterdam, and then 2 further nights in an Amsterdam hotel before we include, of course, the flight back to Sydney. Now, this is absolutely a 5-star and beyond experience, but it doesn't necessarily come with what you would expect to be a 5-star price tag. I mean, look at that. That is incredible. If you would like to cruise with the few and it be all about the experience and have all the attention lavished upon you and the finest food and the finest service and so many inclusions which are bespoke to Azamara, this is amazing. Of course, you've got your city stays in Amsterdam, in Paris and in Bordeaux as well, which is lovely. So this is a really nice, we saw the Bayeux Tapestry earlier in the itinerary, and this is kind of nicely woven together in a very similar way. Let's have a look at the details if you would like to upgrade while you're on board Azamara Quest as well. Oh, hello, look. Your Ocean, is that right, Mr. Producer? That Ocean View upgrade, an extra $99 each. Is that right? we would definitely be going for that, wouldn't we? Because that is going to be a lovely cruise. Remember, the cruise itself is 12 nights on Azamara Quest. If you want more details of the ship, by the way, if you pop the cruise ID, you see the number on the top left-hand side of the screen there. If you pop that into our website, cruiseaway.com.au, not only will you get details of the itinerary and where your holiday is taking you to, but details of Azamara Quest itself and the facilities that are available on board. There's lots of information there. And of course, if we can help you with anything else, call us 1300 408 764, and that's a toll-free number. You'll love Azamara, and Azamara are very popular boutique cruise line as well. There are many adventures you can take with them around the world. So again, if you want to look at more details of other adventures you can take with Azamara, of course, use our website. And the great thing about our website, it takes you straight to the heart of the action. You can search by cruise line, time of the year, parts of the world that you want to go to, so you can have a great time on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. Right, we're going to switch cruise lines right now, but we are staying with the theme of luxury because we're talking celebrity cruises right now. It's a great favourite, I know, of all of our team as well, and I know so many of you absolutely adore your celebrity cruises. So we're heading off over into the Greek Isles and the Mediterranean with this one, and we are all-inclusive cruising on this one as well. So we have a drinks package included and some Wi-Fi while we're on board the ship on this offer as well. It's for October next year, 18th of October to be precise, and let's start by flying you from Sydney to ancient Athens in Greece. Lovely.
Wow.
2 nights in a hotel there.
Yes, over 3,000 years of ancient history awaits you in the capital of the ancient world. And I think, you know, having the connection that we do with Greece and the Greek community in Australia, many people, this is a huge bucket list place to visit. And maybe you have Greek ancestry yourself and you can't wait to get back there. Well, I tell you what, whether it's the Acropolis or the Temple of Zeus, you'll love it. Then we're on to the celebrity Silhouette. She's a beautiful ship for 10 fabulous nights. This is exciting, by the way. You get your drinks and your Wi-Fi included. So there's no having to sit there and look at the price on the menu each time and tot it all up for your final bill. There's no worries about, oh, hang on a minute, how much have I spent on the internet? Did I leave my internet running? Am I going to get charged? It's all included. That allows you much easier budgeting for your adventure, I think, and it's brilliant. Now, celebrity, it is all about new luxury. I mean, just look at these spaces. They're fresh, they're inviting. The lighting is not overbearing and bright. It's all beautifully done. In fact, the spaces, every single space is created to make you feel relaxed and truly like you are in holiday mode without anything being imposing or, you know, ostentatious, shall we say, but at the same time you also have incredible luxurious feel to everywhere you go around the ship, whether it's, you know, cocktail mixing, the martini bar, which is ice topped, or perhaps heading down to learn about different beers of the world. I mean, not all activities are alcohol based, just saying, but there are lots of them on there. You are on holiday after all, but you have lots of fun things to be getting involved in on Celebrity. They are known for their cocktail bars. It is lots of intimate spaces to enjoy with your other half, on your own, with the family, whoever you're traveling, however you're traveling. This is going to be the holiday you will never forget.
It's just super chilled, super relaxed, and everything's upscale as well. Every time you go and see a show, you'll be surprised that you didn't spend, you know, a couple of $100 a ticket to go and see the show. They're so impressive.
Yeah, when you think about how much a visiting show comes, if you're going to watch in Sydney, you know, hundreds of bucks. Right, Santorini is first, and this is a world-renowned favourite destination, formed out of a caldera, which is a volcano pit from thousands of years ago. You have this incredibly imposing city that is whitewashed. Then we're on into Rhodes, and one of the biggest, shall we say, influences of the ancient world as well, the largest of the Dodecanese islands. Next up, it's Kousadasi, which is the gateway to incredible Ephesus, one of the ancient cities of the world with incredible Grecian and Roman influences. There's lots of kitty cats that roam the streets of Ephesus as well. You're going to love it. It's amazing. Then we're skipping and jumping over to Mykonos. which features hip boutiques, restaurants, jewellery stores, those lovely whitewashed walls of the old town, taverns, cafes, and then you have the ancient city of Delos on a neighbouring island, which you can visit as well in a day. Messina, Sicily calls us next, and this is where you can head over to Taormina, which is a very charming southern Italian town, or maybe you want to traverse Mount Etna. It's all doable when you are in fabulous Messina. We are heading on to Naples next. Now, this is really, I mean, there's so much to offer here, but one of the standout experiences, and speak to your shore excursions team about this, is the ancient lost city of Pompeii, which was covered in volcanic ash 3,000 years ago. You've got to see it. Palma de Mallorca is up next, and perhaps a relaxing beach day is on the cards. You can head over to Puerto Soller for some of the island's most gorgeous beaches, or maybe right there in the town, you're going to head to Palma Cathedral or do a spot of shopping on El Born. Now, you'll be disembarking the ship in Barcelona, Spain, or Catalonia, shall we say, 2 nights in a hotel. Now, this is the Catalonian capital and offers both Gothic and modern architecture. Some of the most renowned architects on earth have created buildings here. Of course, Antonio Gaudi is one of the most famous, but then you also have the Barcelona Stadium, of course, for the Olympics, the Arc de Triomphe, Montjuic up in the mountains. Take a cable car up there. It's an amazing city. Here's an overview for you, starting off in Athens with a couple of nights, of course, heading on to the beautiful Celebrity Silhouette for your all-inclusive cruising, including your drinks and your Wi-Fi, through Greece onto Turkey, Italy, finishing off in Spain, and then with your final few days in Barcelona before we fly you back home to Sydney.
What a variety of ports in there, right? So one for the culture vultures, very much. And nice to have that little city break in Barcelona at the back end of that before you fly back to Sydney, because Barcelona, honestly, foodie capital as well. You will find a little bit of absolutely everything in Barcelona. It's like the world on a plate in one city. It is phenomenal. So this is for October next year, but we can do a low deposit on this right now to lock in the deal. Includes the flight from Sydney to Athens, remember, in Greece. 2 nights in a hotel there, 10 nights of cruising on Celebrity, on the Silhouette, the Greek islands and the Mediterranean, with, as Joe mentioned, your classic drinks package and Wi-Fi all factored in and included. Cruise ends in Barcelona, of course. 2 nights in a hotel there, that's included in the price, and the flight back to Sydney from Barcelona. $500 each today as a deposit will lock in this price for you, and this price is superb when you consider all of the travel, the length of time, and the calibre of the cruise that you are taking here as well. I mean, this really is a cut above. We saw on the ship how it had the ice top bar, how it had the lawn club right there on the top deck. This is incredible. And if you want to see more pictures and views of that, by the way, you'll find them on our website at cruiseaway.com.au. But that price tag is definitely worth snapping up as quickly as you possibly can, and talking to friends and family about as well, because actually this could be a nice family get together and a nice venture on to another part of the world. Let's look at upgrades then, shall we? Because we've got a fantastic accommodation already with drinks and Wi-Fi already included. But again, if you want to go up to your ocean view or a Celebrity balcony, oh my word. When we talk about ocean view and balcony as well, by the way, every time you upgrade a level of cruise stateroom, then of course you increase your space as well. You increase your facilities, you increase the luxury just that little bit more when you're on board. It really is incredible with Celebrity as well. You will love them. Everything is so smart. It's all about the grandiose surroundings that are brand new boutique luxury as well. It's not boutique hotel that was lovely 20 years ago, but it's faded a little bit. It's about bang up to date, brand new boutique classic experience. You're going to love it. Call us now, 1300 408 764, and remember, that's absolutely toll free. Now, you know, here at CruiseAway, when we're on a show, generally we show you 3 or 4 offers in a half hour. You know, there are thousands and thousands more that we could talk to you about, and they're all here.
When you log on to cruiseaway.com.au, you're opening up the virtual brochure on over 9,000 cruise holidays. If you've seen a cruise on TV, just search the cruise ID here to find out more details, upgrade options, and to book online. If you're looking for inspiration, you can search by destination, departure port, cruise line, cruise ship, or cruise style. Plus, we've got an incredible selection of last-minute deals, all-inclusive cruises, and early bird specials you can't afford to miss. Log on now to cruiseaway.com.au. Your next dream holiday is only a click away.
Oh, you'll lose yourself for hours on that website as well. It's absolutely brilliant. We do it all the time, don't we?
It's like a void of magic travel magic.
We do. We disappear into our little meeting room and then Mr. Producer's like, come on, back in the studio, it's time to film again. Anyway, straight on to our final package in this show, and it sees us heading on board with MSC Cruises next.
Yes.
And this package is very grand. Pyramids and Valley of the Kings to Rome. Sounds brilliant, doesn't it? It's for March in 2025 and it's 20 nights long, this one. We'll start by flying you from Sydney, Australia, over to Cairo in Egypt. So straight into the heart of the action, Joe, here with 3 nights to stay.
Gosh, I mean, talk about incredible history. Does it get better? Does it get better than actually visiting the pyramids? I don't think so. Now, you're also going to have a fabulous tour included here. So 3 nights in Cairo, you're going to enjoy a pyramid and museum full-day private tour. And believe me, they jam-pack everything into that. After that, you're going to check out, fly from Cairo to Hurghada. You're going to spend 3 nights in your hotel there and enjoy a full day to discover Luxor, which is the Valley of the Kings. But whilst you're in Hurghada, you can see some of the best marine life on Earth. With that incredible warm ocean, you're going to see beautiful tropical fish. Maybe you like to dive as well. But look, I mean, my goodness, the Valley of the Kings, what a place. And there's nothing to put into words, the actual experience of going to the pyramids and Valley of the Kings yourself.
Well, you've only ever seen these pictures in books, haven't you, or seen videos like this. You've got to be there and see it for yourself.
Yeah. Then we're heading on to the MSC Musica for 9 nights of a fabulous cruising. This is the original European cruise line, of course, Italian flagged cruise vessel. So expect some of the best Italian food you've ever tried in your life on board. They do have the best chefs, pizza, pasta, all the favourites.
Yeah,
but of course, that's not it. I mean, you are on an international cruise ship. So, you know, whether you want Pan-Asian, whether you want a steak, classic, hearty, British comfort food, you're going to find it on board the ship, and so much more as well. Oh, by the way, they have art auctions, which is very cool. If you're a bit of a collector, you can visit the Champagne art auctions.
It's really fun to bid for them as well. They do it in a very, very different way. It's not like a formal auction room setting. They do it in a very, very nice, entertaining way. Fantastic. Yeah,
and the shows, they're all singing, all dancing, fun Las Vegas cabaret style. Maybe you're going to head up to the spa and really relax and indulge with a beautiful hot stone
massage. Yes, please.
Or a Thai massage, or a facial, or inothermy, or acupuncture. I mean, they have everything on offer on the spa menu. Now, we are going to start with an overnight in the port of Safaja in Egypt. And this is basically using the ship as your hotel. So you can, of course, if you've obviously done the Valley of the Kings already, you might want to go to the Colossi of Memnon or the Karnak Temple as an additional tour. Then we're on to Sharm el-Sheikh, and this is known as one of the most beautiful resort towns in Egypt.
So popular.
And it's also, very popular, but the ocean is perfectly clear and gorgeous and warm to swim in. Then we're going to be transiting the Suez Canal, where, of course, Egypt and Asia meets Europe. Heading into Alexandria before, though. Pompeii's Pillar and also some of the great museums there are worth speaking to your shore excursions team about. Then we're into Naples, Italy, where you can go and visit beautiful Sorrento, a stunning coastal town, heading out maybe to Capri on a boat trip. That's the home of the rich and famous, or Herculaneum, which is a secondary archaeological site to Pompeii. Then we are disembarking in Rome, and we'll have 3 fabulous nights in the Eternal City.
Oh,
wow.
Lovely.
Rome is not just somewhere that has a reputation for being extraordinary. Seeing it in person never disappoints. I mean, even if you just spend the whole 3 days ogling at the Colosseum, you would not have wasted your time.
True.
Or the Sistine Chapel, if you can make a visit to the Sistine Chapel, that is a must as well.
Oh, it's lovely.
But I love that you could stumble around a corner and suddenly see ancient ruins next to a Starbucks in Rome. Actually, I don't know if there's a Starbucks, but
there will be.
There will be,
without a doubt.
You get your mug.
I think the Italians might be quite put off if you went to Starbucks with the most amazing coffees in Italy.
Well, you've got to go and have your espresso the way they do it.
They know how to make it.
They knock it back 10 seconds, they're out the door. That's how you have an espresso in Italy.
Absolutely. And you can't have a cappuccino after 11 in the morning because they get very upset if you order a cappuccino after 11 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, We're drifting off subject, aren't we? Now, we're talking about March in 2025 here, so we are talking about being able to put a low deposit down on this today to secure the deal that we've got for you. Price will include, now try and price this up as we go along. So it's the flight from Sydney to Cairo in Egypt. Remember, you've got 3 nights in a hotel in Cairo with a private full-day tour of the pyramids and the museum. And then we fly from Cairo to Hurghada, so that flight's included. 3 nights in a hotel there and a full-day tour of Luxor. Then we've got the cruise, of course, 9 nights on the MSC Musica, cruising through Egypt, through the Suez Canal and on to Italy. We arrive finally, of course, into Rome. We've got 3 nights in a hotel there, if you're keeping up with me. And then we've got the flight from Rome back to Sydney. How does he remember all these things? I have no idea. Right, low deposit today is just $500 each to get the price locked in. Let's see who's guessed the right price or closest to the price. How much are you thinking?
10 grand.
How about way less than half that? $4,799 each right now, or $500 each today. Deposit locks in that price tag. Remember, this is, what are we talking about? A year and a half, a year and a bit away. I keep forgetting how close to the end of the year we are. It's ridiculous. So this goes in March 2025. So use the low deposit right now because it really, really helps. It means that you can get that price locked in today. It's a good price. Prices will very much be rising in the travel industry as well. So get this locked in while you can. But if you want to upgrade, remember upgrading with low deposits is a really, really good thing. Let's have a look at the prices for that. If you want to go up to Ocean View or to a balcony while you're on board MSC Musica. And MSC Musica, as Joe says, is one of the classic MSC ships. So it's got that wonderful Italian styling, that European glamour, very colourful. Of course, got the wonderful Swarovski staircase, which everyone, I mean, honestly,
yeah.
You almost need to book tickets to get your picture taken on those steps because they are so popular. People are coming up and down them all the time to have their pictures taken because in every one of those Swarovski steps, it's something like, what is it, something like $30,000 worth of crystal in each step or something ridiculous. And it's crazy, but these ships are absolutely beautiful and I know you're going to love this holiday. If you want to know more, of course, call us toll free 1300 408 764 and of course much more inspiration on our website at cruiseaway.com.au. I'm not quite sure how you pick from those offers, to be honest. Although Egypt, I have to say, I've not seen offers that have kind of given me the chance to not just cruise Egypt and the canal and everything, but actually to do the tours of the pyramids and Luxor and you kind of cover all of the hotspots in one holiday.
That's a full week of holiday, even before you've got on the ship.
That's true, yeah.
3 days and 3 days, and that's a perfect amount of time, honestly, to see all of the historical hotspots and enjoy what it's known for, you know, particularly Hurghada, which is that beach paradise, beautiful sea life. This is bucket list, bucket list, bucket list. When you think about how much it costs for a flight from Oz to different parts of the world, it's thousands of dollars sometimes, depending on the time of year. This is for the entire trip. And
we got you covered.
We've got you covered. That's all your
Sorted.
meals every night once you're on board, your entertainment, your bed being made. You don't even have to, you know, move a muscle. It's all done for you.
Great, isn't it?
This is supreme value. This is the way to travel.
It is, and this is the life that we bring you a little window of every day, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon here on Gecko. So make sure you come and see us for more shows because there are already so many amazing offers. In the meantime, go and have a scout around the website, cruiseaway.com.au. We'll see you back here for some more adventures soon. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.